Well, after months of speculation, the Broncos have officially set their sights on a new home. Today, the team unveiled plans for a brand new stadium at Denver's historic Burnham Yard. Glad you're with us on a very exciting Tuesday evening. I'm Shannon Ogden. My co-anchor Jessica Porter is smack dab in the middle of what sure looks like is going to be the future heart of Broncos country. Jess?
Hi, Shannon, and welcome everyone to historic Burnham Yard. This is once a bustling rail yard off of I-25 and 6th Avenue. We're live here tonight at the 10th and Osage RTD light rail station. I want to show you a little bit of what this site looks like right now. Now, I can't actually jump the chain link fence and enter private property, but as you can tell, this land has been unused for years. There's not a lot on it right now. There's a few piles of metal. There is a few historic buildings on the site, but it has left a lot that can be done with it. So the team announced that this is now the preferred site for a new stadium. It's right here. The new plans call for a retractable roof stadium. It's set to open in time for the 2031 season. It'll be all privately funded by the Denver Broncos ownership. Now, this site is about a mile away from the current home of the Broncos at Empower Field. The Broncos lease there will expire in about 5 years. So we've got a couple of years to go before we actually, have full construction here. We have live team coverage for you tonight over the next hour on what this new stadium will mean for the city as well as for Broncos fans.
All right, Jessica. Thank you very much. Sports Director Lana Bienvenu in the studio tonight. Lana, you talked with Mayor Johnston right after the big news was dropped.
Yeah, you heard a couple of interviews right there. He's really happy about this whole thing and what it's going to mean for Denver. The first question that Broncos fans have, of course, how much will it cost the taxpayers? And will we get a Super Bowl in Denver? The mayor told me today, yes, with the retractable roof, it's almost a guarantee that Denver will host a Super Bowl. And as Jessica said, the mayor said taxpayers should not have to pay $1 for the new stadium. And I asked the mayor another very important question. Are there any estimates of what this will mean to the state and the city financially?
Yeah, we think when this new facility is up and built, it's more than $1 billion a year of economic impact is our initial estimates. There'll be a more thorough economic study on how many jobs created for the construction and the growth and long term, but this is going to be a transformational force for economic growth in the city, not just for Broncos games, but for all the other things you can do in a facility like this.
So we're 5 years away from all this, but the Walton Penna Group does everything first class and fast. They immediately took over, made over $100 million of improvements to Empire Field. They're building a state-of-the-art training facility. They rebuilt the team into a Super Bowl contender by hiring Sean Payton. I have no doubt this new stadium will be the crown jewel of the NFL.
How about that? And it just, once again, it proves the point. It's so good to have rich owners.
I said this, they're the richest owners in the NFL. There's no dollar spared when it comes to having the best of everything, and that is probably the most important thing in all of this.
All right, well, they're proving once again that what a great ownership group they are. All right, we'll see you a little bit later. Lionel, thank you very much. And the excitement goes much beyond Denver here. Jess, you just got a chance to talk to the governor about what this means for the whole state.
And Shannon, Governor Polis told me today that this new stadium is not just about having a new place to play. He told me this is about an investment in the community. It is about having the Denver Broncos here for years to come. Here's our conversation. This is an exciting day for not only Denver, but the entire state of Colorado. Governor Polis, just tell us your reaction to the big announcement today.
Well, it took us a lot of work to get to this point, and we're so excited that the Denver Broncos will remain the Denver Broncos for at least the next 25, 30 years. And they've been looking at different sites across Colorado. We, of course, wanted to keep them in Colorado, but we preferred Denver. And we were able to find a site in Denver that the state had purchased a number of years ago, and we're able to work with them, privately financed stadium, upgrade the fan experience, and provide a home for the next generation of Broncos fans.
You mentioned privately financed stadium. This really comes at little to no cost for Colorado taxpayers, but you actually took the Penners on a tour of that site in 2022. So this is a partnership with the state. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the state worked with the railroad that had owned that property, Union Pacific. We had a right of refusal. We bought the property in 2020. We were looking at selling it for mixed use private development. You know how we need housing in our state. But then when separately we had a meeting with the Greg Penner and the ownership group, they said we're looking for a new stadium. We said we got some land to show you. So we took them onto Burnham Yard, and it was really a perfect match because there's very few sites, near downtown Denver, accessible, transit-oriented RTD stop right there that can meet their criteria. And then it really took the time to put together the deal to make sure it worked. They're buying it at cost from the state, making the state whole. And then we're excited about the multi-billion dollars of investment that it's going to go in to upgrade the fan experience and be the home of our, hopefully, NFL championship Denver Broncos.
And there's a possibility that in 2032, we could be hosting a Super Bowl with our beautiful new stadium, a retractable roof, and really showcasing what can be done with a neighborhood and the future. What do you hope to show the entire country in 2032 if we host that Super Bowl?
Well, we hope to be playing there in 2030 or 2031, and yes, we hope to host the Super Bowl in 2032. Really, what the Penner Walton ownership group is committed to is community partnerships. They want this to be really seen as a community asset. So, of course, it's about the Broncos. Of course, it's about the Super Bowl, but it also is going to be utilized for concerts and events throughout the year as a very popular and accessible venue for Coloradans from across our state to get to and have fun.
Well, that is so exciting, Governor Polis. We're excited the Broncos are staying in Denver and happy to be talking to you about this today. Thank you so much for the conversation.
All right.